So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the principle of laser action. So this population inversion, that is known as principle of laser action. As you know, in case of laser, light will get amplified, and that will amplify through a process which is known as stimulated emission. And the main condition, the main requirement for stimulated emission is that number of atoms in high energy state should be greater as compared to number of atoms in ground state or low energy state. But you know that in normal conditions, this is the normal condition, if you have n naught atoms, then most of the atoms will be in ground state and a few atoms will be there in excited state. So this is the normal population, normal state. If E1 is lesser than E2, then N1 is much greater than N2. Now the second one is, in order to achieve stimulated emission transition, in order to amplify light, since stimulated emission is responsible, and in order to get stimulated emission, you should have more number of atoms in excited state. So this state, when you have more atoms in excited state 2 as compared to 1, that particular state is known as population inversion. It means you can amplify light using laser only if you have more atoms in high energy state as compared to ground state. So this is the principle of laser action. This population inversion, that is known as principle of laser action. So this is normal state when N1 is much greater than N2, but inverted state is, inverted population is N2 is greater than N1. And the process through which this population inversion is achieved, that process is known as pumping process. Now in the next topic, we are going to discuss the main components of laser system. If you have a laser system, then there are three components, three parts, without which a laser cannot work. The first one is active medium. So the collection of atoms in which you will achieve population inversion, the collection of ions or collection of molecules in which you will achieve population inversion, in which you will amplify light, that collection is known as active medium. So this is active medium. Second one, if you have active medium, then most of the atoms will be in ground state. But what you have to do, you have to send more atoms in high energy state. For that, you require a pumping source. So the second essential component of a laser system is a pumping source. Now you have this active medium where you have large number of atoms. Then you have a pumping source through which you will achieve population inversion. But you also know that laser means amplification of light. Laser means multiplication of light. Laser means a single photon that will convert into 2, 2 will convert into 4 and 4 will convert into 8, and then you will get a laser beam. So when you have population inversion in this active medium through this pumping source, then you will get a large number of atoms in high energy state. So in high energy state, those atoms which will complete their lifetime, they will automatically come down to ground state. And when they will come down, they will emit their extra energy in the form of photons through spontaneous emission. So now you have photons in this active medium. Now these photons, they will start moving inside the active medium. And these photons, they will initiate, they will help in order to get that stimulated emission process. Or in other words, I can say, these photons which are emitted due to spontaneous emission, these photons, they are the triggering photon for stimulated emission transition. It means somehow you have to capture those photons within active medium. So if there are no reflectors or no mirror on the two ends, then these photons will escape from these two open ends. So the third essential component of any laser system is a resonant cavity. So what is a resonant cavity? A resonant cavity is a combination of two mirrors. So you know what is the role of these two mirrors. These two mirrors, they will help to capture those photons within active medium. And one of the mirror that will be fully reflecting. No photon can escape from this end. And the other one is partially reflecting. Now the question is, why this end is partially reflecting? Reason is, when the photons, they will get sufficiently multiply or amplify, then the energy of that particular laser beam will become very high, and then from that partially reflecting end you will get the laser beam. So now you can understand all these components like this. You have an active medium, means a large number of atoms, and mostly they are present in ground state. Now connect it with a pumping source. That pumping source will pump the ground state atoms to high energy state. Then you will achieve population inversion. Then you will get photons due to spontaneous emission, and they will start moving between two ends of this active medium. So there are two mirrors, the two ends, and the role of those two mirrors is to capture the photons within active medium. So these are the three components. Now the next topic is metastable state. So metastable state is basically an intermediate state between ground and excited state. You have two states. One is the ground state, most stable state. This state number 3, this particular state, that is an excited state. So if you have only these two states, ground and excited, then you can never achieve population inversion. Reason? Since excited state is having a very small lifetime. Suppose you are pumping these ground state atoms to excited state, but in that state they cannot stay for a longer duration. So automatically they will come back to ground state. It means you can never achieve that state, that stage where you have more atoms in excited state as compared to ground state. It means somehow we have to increase the lifetime of atoms in high energy state. For that reason, we are having this intermediate state known as metastable state in between this ground and excited state. And this state is having a longer lifetime as compared to excited state. So from ground state, atoms will be pumped to excited state. From there, they will come down to metastable state. And in that metastable state, they will stay for a longer duration. So the population of ground state, that will continuously decrease because of the pumping of ground state atoms to high energy state. And the population of this metastable state will go on increasing because from 3, they are continuously coming down to this state. So if I will conclude, then metastable state is an intermediate state between excited and ground state, and the role of metastable state in laser system is to help in achieving population inversion, because if there is no intermediate state between ground and excited state, you can never achieve that population inversion state. Thank you.